Hello and welcome to Dodeca! Hello, tonight we have episode 3 of Grimhulk, our latest Dodeca RPG actual play. In a moment, we're going to go round and everyone will tell you who they are and who they're playing. But before we do, please don't forget to go and check out all our social media. All the links are below in the about if you're watching on Twitch, and in the video description if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, come join us on Twitch, and vice versa. Also, check out our Discord. We've got over 500 people sharing their stories and feelings about role-playing games, movies, and all kinds of other things. It's a great community. And also, please don't forget to check out our Patreon. Now, our Adventurer tier patrons today got a special treat where we released the first episode of our many editions of D&D, where we've created 5 adventurers who will make their way through levels, but also all the editions of Dungeons and Dragons. So we've started with basic D&D, and when they all get to 3rd level, they will move up to advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and we'll recreate the characters. And the idea is that we get to see a little bit about the differences of the different mechanics and things of D&D, and it's all because they've announced that they're doing a revision of 5th edition, so we thought we'd go back and look at all the others. Cool. Okay, right. There's all the gumph out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to, as you can see, unfortunately, Ben cannot be with us this evening, but for good reason, for anniversary reasons. Yay! So we're going to go around and people are going to tell us a little bit about themselves and their character. And we're going to start with our ancient one, our crazy megalomaniac, Josh. And what's your character like?
I knew you were going to say it. Hey, I'm playing Jeff Von Muskelberg. I am a billionaire frozen from another time, just trying to make my way in the world. I was given a small loan and I pulled myself up by the bootstraps. So yeah, I was born in another time. I trust coin. The world taught me that forewarned is forearmed. People call me a survivor, and I seek a better life. And my hobbies are throwing data pads at wasps. So, yeah, living my best life in Dodeca.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you, Josh. Over to you, Aaron.
I'm Aaron, and I am playing Harrison Jacks. He was born in blood and flame. I trust not but steel. The world has taught me to live by my wits. People call me a delver, and I seek revenge against another group who befriended me after all of my family were killed. And then they betrayed me, took all that we had found, and left me for dead.
Wow, awesome. That's some motivation right there. And the rest of the party are coming with you on this journey. And our robotic friend, James.
So yeah, I'm playing Extermination Droid 210, a former robot killer droid turned kind of helper, I guess. I was born of iron and steel, and I trust my own 2 hands. The world taught me to prey on the weak, and people call me a hunter. But since my reprogramming by Grimjaw Shipwright to aid those that I previously hunted, I seek a noble end to do good instead of evil. Yeah, so I'm kind of a reformed deathbot.
Awesome. And the space dwarf who helped you.
I'm Martin. I'm playing Grimjaw Shipwright. As I said, I'm a space dwarf engineer. I was born beneath the earth. I trust what comes before me. The world taught me hard work pays off. People call me a veteran, and I seek a worthy opponent. And I am assisting Harrison in his revenge, and in hopes of finding the source of what is causing this Hulk ship to be falling apart and put an end to it.
Oh, awesome. Right, now, before we begin with a bit of a recap, James has got a bit of a message he wants to share.
Yeah, so just before we start all the fun stuff, a bit of serious news, I guess. I'm currently fundraising for an appeal for my mum, who's suffering from a brain aneurysm at the moment, and she needs urgent medical care, and she lives in northern Cyprus, so there's no NHS or anything like that, and she's 68, so she's a pensioner. and the operation is going to cost ballpark around about £5,000. And obviously, I'm sure as Aaron can attest to, private medical care is quite expensive living in America. And so I've set up a GoFundMe with my brother, and we're both kind of leaning on a lot of our friends and family to try and fundraise for that. I'm going to be doing a run on the 1st of December, basically a marathon, and I am not fit at all. I'm going to run the Guild Wheel in Preston, if anyone knows it. It's about 26 miles, I think, and it's going to kill me, but I'm going to do that as part of the fundraising. So yeah, I've got a GoFundMe, and any little helps, even if you donate like 10 pence, or share it to anyone, put it on forums, anything like that. I'm just because we've managed to raise, I think, nearly £1,500, which is phenomenal so far, but just between friends and family. But it's obviously anywhere close to the £5,000 would be amazing. So yeah, if anyone knows anyone that can help, or if you just want to just pass it on, that'll you don't even have to donate money, just tell people about it, and that'll be great. So yeah, anything helps. Thank you.
Great. And we've shared a link in the chat on Twitch right now, so it's there available for you to go and help Linda with this with the raising the money for this treatment. So that's a fantastic cause. And if you're watching back on YouTube later, then the link is in the video description below. Hopefully by the time this hits YouTube, we'll have hit that target. So
that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. Okay, right, on with the show. So last week, previously on Grimhulk, our brave adventurers came across the Fisher clan within their holy cylinders, which turned out to be some sort of ancient aquarium that they were sort of living inside and feeding the piranha fish in the bottom of these tanks with some of their less useful civilians, it seems. And a deal was struck that they would let you pass through their territory if you, well, actually they were going to let you anyway, weren't they? But they said, would you please, you look like capable warriors, would you please check out one of our cylinders, cylinder 4, which has had some sort of attack or something's gone on in there. We haven't been able to deal with sort of habitate in there for the last few weeks. And you all went in to investigate, and you saw that the sky blades, the giant air conditioning unit at the top, had malfunctioned, run out of power. And I believe Ed 210 carried Grimjaw up the kind of decrepit structure of the village inside the thing. And Grimjaw was able to plug in a spare power source, in which came from the Ancestor's tube, if we'll remember, the Ancestor cylinder. Plugged in there. Excuse me. And at that point, the sky blade started turning and everything was happy until Tears in Reality opened and interlopers arrived. These are the creatures who have been attacking the universe, killing everybody. And you'd seen the telltale honeycomb dusting structure that they leave behind. Their mere presence kind of corrupts material of this universe into this structure. And they came through, and there was a bitter battle. And you were victorious. I think there were a few injuries, but largely you were victorious. And thank you, Onamichi. And therefore, you were able to pass through the territory and onwards towards the fungoids. And all you've heard about is these fungoids, who seem to be a large group further away. Even Karush has very little information about the fungoids. And Karush, if you remember, is kind of from this region of this level.
I think Karush is going to be unusually quiet about things tonight.
I miss Lake of Shit. I'm sad. It is the anniversary of my leaving Lake of Shit.
Yesterday.
Every day is anniversary. Sorry, Ben. Probably not watching, but sorry. So you guys have been slightly injured. Is there anything you wanted to do before you left the Holy Cylinders? They are fairly keen for you to leave, because as you can tell, they've got quite an insular society, but you have helped them. So they're willing to let you rest if you want to rest before you move on.
Didn't Grimjaw pull some stuff off the intergalactic beings?
Yes, I did.
Plasma, like a plasma
I've got
back
a little
and a jar full of honeycomb.
jar, and it's got this. Whatever I pulled off the belt is inside this like jar of honeycomb.
Oh yeah, it's kind of self-destruct
Yeah,
activation.
I have
Well,
this.
his emergency return.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you've got some sort of portal device that may not be working, and you've got some honeycomb. And I thought you had the plasma sack, didn't you?
I mean, I don't know whether I had time or not to get that, but
Oh no, you've got the button, didn't you? Yeah, you got.
yeah, I got the button.
Yeah. Also, if you remember, we were going to do some experience this time round.
Right.
So we were going to give everyone a chance to add a step on their journey. Now, we can have a think about that if you want, and we can kind of shout them out as we go through the adventure. But is there any particular skill that people think that they used a lot that should go up? Because then we can find the skill that you want, and we can add a step on your journey that describes how you used that skill in the last session. The experience system in Dodeca is narrative. So it's something that we all agree on together. And we can, you're using your guns a lot. Yep, that's cool. We can put your observe up. If you're fighting in hand-to-hand combat a lot, we can put your prowess up. If you want to try something else, Jefflon, your might for throwing things. You're getting
thrown a lot of things.
Yeah, thrown a lot of things. And you've been out of the tube for a while now. Maybe your limbs are getting their strength back, and you're
Most of my
able to.
inventory is actually cross-state. That's how many things I've done. Yeah, I might bring up I was thinking either I've thrown a lot of things and I've shot a lot of things. They're my two main activities. But whichever, probably
It's up to you.
might is
Which
better.
one would you prefer? Would you like your
I mean,
observe to go up?
Tactically, I should do that, but
Okay,
I
do your
really
observe.
enjoy throwing things. So I'm going to go with might. So that brings my might
The
to a
sensible option is A, so I'm going B.
10. Yeah, absolutely.
So think of a sentence. You don't have to say it right now, but think of a sentence that puts your might up. That describes your throwing. That's kind of in line with the other sentences in your legend. God, I forgot the word of my own bloody game for a minute there. Look at that. Aaron, what skill did you think you should put up from your last couple of adventures?
Well, I think Harrison spent a lot of time shooting a lot of things fairly successfully.
Yep.
So
that's going to be
pretty much that's pretty much the only thing he was super successful at. But he crushed a few things standing there with that gun. So I think definitely it'll be observe.
Okay. Cool. And then think of a sentence that describes that. Became a sharpshooter or crack shot, eagle-eyed, or something along those lines that's kind of descriptive.
How about I see the world through the sights of a gun.
Oh, perfect. Fantastic. That is brilliant. Amazing.
I have
Okay.
in the right hands, everything is a weapon.
Oh wow.
Yes. Brilliant. Okay, James, what skill? Focus on the skill first. What skill do you think? I know we've done a lot of fighting, but there has been some talking, and exploring, finding traps, whether we're walking into them or.
Yeah, I found traps by hitting them with my face.
True.
I produced a can from an orifice. Is that pretty weird?
You've actually made several lore rolls, though, haven't you? To know things.
I've been kind of anytime any weird stuff comes up, I'm trying to lean on to whether I guess I could be like hidden programs, depths of knowledge kind of
thing.
Like
suddenly an area of your memory you get access to again, and your lore increases or something.
Yeah.
It's up to you. If you want something combat related, then that's fine.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Access protocols unlocked. Yeah. Learn some stuff. That's cool.
And Martin, what about Grimjaw? What skill do you think?
I've dissembled ancient technology.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Do it for my tech.
I think Karush would probably put occult up.
Yeah. I've been weird.
I am the hole maker. I don't know. We'll leave that to Ben. Cool. Okay, so a little bit of experience there at the beginning. Some cool ways, and it gets descriptive. So eventually your legend. So the next, if we had another episode, I'm not saying we don't, but we probably don't. When you read your legend out, you can then read out those next steps as part of your character. Okay, cool. So did you guys want to rest at the Holy Cylinders before you moved on? Aaron's like nodding. Okay, how long did you want to rest for? Until you're fully healed?
How long is it for vitality?
It depends on the amount of peril you have, I think. So for 1 to 3 peril, it's 10 minutes per point of vitality.
Oh, so and how long do you get a peril back? Is it 30 minutes if it's only the first track?
Yeah, peril goes away 30 minutes in a in a lit or dimly lit area.
I've got
30 minutes.
In 40 minutes, then I would be back to full strength. So that's my baseline.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else needs anything better.
I'm the same. I've lost 1 vitality and 1 peril, so I'm exactly the same. 40 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that'll work.
Is that good for you, Aaron?
That's totally good for me.
That does me as well.
Okay, well, we'll round it up to an hour. You hang around. It's not exactly 40 minutes, but that's what you needed for your.
And we're good.
So after about an hour, the Agnetha, the head of the Fisher clan, comes to you, and she says to you, "Thank you so much for your assistance. The Skyblades have been running without interruption now for an hour. We believe that soon the air will be clear enough for us to inhabit it permanently. This is fantastic. Then we can set about repairing the rents and the tears in the structure itself. Thank you so much. Thank you."
Yeah,
And
we'll send that invoice on a couple days.
And how will we know this invoice? What will it look like? What words will it share with us?
Oh, you'll know it when you see it.
Okay. Well, I do have one thing to share with you. Here, and she pulls out this kind of strange old-looking bottle with it looks like maybe bone or something stoppering the top, and she passes it to you, and it kind of smells fishy. This is the blood of a barracuda. This will heighten your senses.
Harrison looks over to the Ancient One, to Jefflon. He's like, "Ancient One, you must be protected. This should be in your hands."
How about we all microdose a little bit, just a little dab each.
It is effectively a mild stimulant.
Drugs.
Which would mean once you take it, the drinker's next 3 actions have their speed reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1.
I think that's a situational thing. I'll carry it if no one else wants to, but for sure in combat that's it.
Oh man, those throw actions would be speed 1. Look at that.
5, 10-foot pole.
Cool. Okay, and she says, "Well, if you would, we have great thanks for you, but also we need to attend to our people and our society. I would warn you, the fungoids are strange. Their city is infectious. I would not linger there long. However, word is that the elevator that they know of is guarded. So good luck on your journey. If it is true that you wish to make it up to the next level," she says, looking at Harrison, "good luck. You'll need it."
They'll need it when we get there.
This fucking guy.
So,
dogs accepted
so they open the big, if you remember, the big kind of sub-like, pressure doors, and let you through out into the next area of this level of the Grimhulk. And these are kind of a bit like the section you'd come through before. They look like rooms, office rooms, ancient old office chambers and corridors, as if a number of buildings or interior sections of ships have been smashed together. So occasionally the doors are different shapes. Occasionally the floor surface is different. So some is metal grill, some is sheet, some has got old moldy carpet with kind of things growing out of it. It's a real kind of mashing together of all these things. And through these corridors, you can see the sign of other people having moved through here. There are crude paintings of half-fish people on the walls to begin with. But after a while, they sort of fade away. And you do, in fact, pass a few Fisher Clan people who are making their way back to the Holy Cylinders. And they don't really look very trusting of you, but you've come from their land and you've had the thing on your teeth. So you've probably still got the algae there. So they noticed that. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Casual Keith. So you make your way out into that area. Let's have, you're making your way through these tunnels, and this is almost like the wilderness of the Grimhulk. These old chambers that are smashed together and too small to hold anyone's society and kind of make up the kind of hinterland between these big chambers. So I'm going to say we're going to make like a survival or an observe roll for you guys to see who is aware of their surroundings more than
I'm all right at survival. Dodeca.
Dodeca.
I bombed that one.
I got 2 successes on observe.
Cool.
I got 2 on survival.
I get 2 more dice on survival.
I got no successes.
Why am I
4
not
dice.
surprised? How's that? That is really appropriate though, because you haven't got a fucking clue where you are. You still
like
think
life.
you're in some kind of drug-addled dream in your like chamber. Like, man, these simulations they give for me while I sleep are really cool.
Yeah. I'm still convinced this is Adam from accounting's thing, you know?
Yeah, someone was talking about role-playing in one of the office meetings.
I got
2
one success on observe.
1 success on observe. Okay. So as you're going through this area, James and Aaron, you both see occasionally down longer corridors and generally off to your right. So kind of running parallel to where the, if you remember, the Ratkin caverns were running along down to the fungoid area as well. You guys chose the Fisher Clan area. Occasionally you see people watching you on the edge of these caverns. You see these corridors just open into a cavern suddenly where, you know, it's torn apart and this interior of some asteroid or bare rock is just there, and you can see shapes, people watching you on the edge. Martin, as you're making your way through, you can tell that this area has been picked clean. All of anything that you thought could be scavenged for any cool tech, you know, occasionally it looks like, oh, may have been a machine sitting there. There's some sort of holes in the wall that look like things plug into them. Or here's a empty plastic casing that clearly once before had some sort of viewing crystal inside. And all these kinds of things. You kind of see the remnants of tech, but nothing that you think you could kind of salvage for any real means. Both of you, everyone who's passed observe or survival, are aware that there are large rats running around. They look maybe part lizard. You're not sure.
Oh no, not rat lizards.
Just scuttling around in the gaps between the rooms, in the ducts and the corners and those kinds of things, not where you're going. And one occasionally sort of peeks its head out too far and sees you and squeaks and darts away. No real kind of your kind of presence coming through this area for them is massively intimidating. Whereas the
Our
rat king are
legend
clearly
spreads, gentlemen.
among the rat lizards.
Yeah.
It was a bloody harvest that day.
Koresh does have a lot of rat lizard skulls strapped to his belt, so
It's true.
He's like covered in
Yeah.
Someone's been through here before, picked it clean.
We're also being observed closely from the side corridors. We need to be prepared for an ambush.
Yeah, let's move. Let's not tarry here too long. Nothing of value to stay behind for.
Well said, Grimjaw.
After a
Well,
while.
ancestor.
It's a bit, yeah. Let's just hustle. Right?
I was trying to think of something insightful there, but I was like, no, yeah, I totally agree.
What Grimjaw said. 100%.
You come to a room with something very strange in front of you. It's quite a dark chamber. And at the far side, there is one large kind of double door entranceway. There's no doors in it. It's a big door, big archway kind of thing. And it's dark beyond. So there's a dark room beyond. But painted around the doorway is neon bright pink and green jagged lines. And written across the top above it, it says, "Fuck off." And this looks like psychedelic artwork, paint, and the words are even quite cool, stylized, and, it's very cool kind of glow in the dark graffiti kind of thing. Like, and you're suddenly like, whoa, this is like completely different to all the dark, grim, horrible things you've seen before.
Harrison, do you think this means something?
I think
There's some subtext.
Well, we were warned not to tarry too long in this area because of the effects that the funguses would have on us. So I think it's clear that we need to move quickly and get to the elevator.
We be wearing some sort of mask. I heard if you pee on a bandana, it's as good as the real thing. I'm happy to pee on anybody's bandana.
I have no bandana. I have no lungs.
All right, probably should have led with that one.
Everybody make observe rolls as you're talking in this on the edge of this room.
No success for me.
Oh, Dodeca, 2 successes.
Nice.
Oh, does that make it 3? A Dodeca and an 11.
Yep.
Even with only needing a 7, I managed to get 0 successes this time.
Oh, you're down to a 7 now.
You
Yeah.
anything
Wow.
under 10?
I
It
also,
was just 10.
I also see nothing.
Okay, so did anyone get a success? Oh no, sorry, Jefflon Muskerberg.
Jefflon
Okay,
got
so
all
while
of them
they're
for
all sort of
everyone.
talking, and you say, when you say the words "pee" on someone's bandana, you hear someone laugh, like a very faint, from through that doorway.
I'm gonna continue being hilarious. I'm gonna point. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to poop up a storm. I'd be pointing at for anybody here. You know what I mean? Maybe we should load some urine into these bandanas. Load and take aim.
Make a manipulation roll. Make a manipulation roll.
Oh God, what have I got in that? Okay, 2 dice. Here we go.
You got any skill points in manipulate?
I've got quite a few. I'm on 10 for manipulate. I don't get it.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
You could try and be lucky, maybe.
Oh yeah, can I?
Or you could use a point of vitality to get the last success that you need.
That would
Up
make
to you.
sense because I haven't actually. I'm writing on mine in pen, and I haven't actually corrected my vitality. So let's leave it at 6.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
I think
cool.
I think a success.
Okay, so you've managed to pull off the one-liners that make someone laugh so much that all the other rest of the members of the party can hear this person laughing through the doorway.
Is the door closed?
No, it's just like a big open doorway, big double door open doorway. There's no doors in it, but it's dark beyond. You can't really see anything.
Maybe we give him the old raincoat on a stick.
We know you're there. Why don't you come out now? We need passage through your lands.
See a hand kind of come around the edge of the door, and there's like green and pink glowing fingernails, and his head pops around, and there's a woman, and growing out of her left eye is a large mushroom that kind of grows up the side of her head, and it itself is like a bright green, and she kind of looks around. She goes, "You're hilarious. You're hilarious. The glow master isn't even as funny as you."
Sorry, I had to get a towel.
Okay, there's a woman with a big mushroom growing out of her eye, up the side of her head, with glow in the dark fingernails, and this green kind of mushroom sprouting out of her face. As she comes around, you can see all her clothes are kind of painted or dyed or covered in some kind of pink or green. It's like this very kind of dual, bright, stark, glowing colors.
Well, I hate to spoil it, but I'm a bit of a fun guy to be around.
Watch you.
Hey.
Comes around. She's got a gun, looks like some sort of assault rifle or something in her hands. It looks old and a bit rusty. And she's look. Who are you guys? I mean, I'm supposed to be keeping watch here. No, I can't just let anyone in. Haven't you read the sign? She says, pointing to the big fuck off words.
This is the ancestor from the Holy Tube. We seek passage to the elevator.
As she looks around, she actually stares at Karush. Her eye goes wide, and you now see that the end of the mushroom has got some sort of blinking capability. Not quite an eye, but like somewhere in between. And she looks, and she goes, she comes forward towards Karush, and Karush is like, "She freaking me out."
Mushroom people, these bastards.
It comes forward. She says, "Yeah, well, you definitely need to come then, don't you?" Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And she turns around to go back, and you see painted on the back of her big kind of armored jacket thing is basically what looks like a stylized picture of Karush with the shock hair, strange gaunt boy-like features, and like a strange green and purple rippling sort of energy field around a black hole that he's in the middle of. She doesn't say anything though, but she just like goes, "Oh yes, you definitely come with me," and turns around and walks back through the doorway. And Karush is like, "Is she freaking you out too, Harrison?"
Karush, no one freaks me out as much as you do, but she does have your face on her back. So this whole situation has me a little on edge. You been here before?
Never live on lake of shit.
Right. Well, everybody, I think they might have some designs on young Karush here. We better be prepared for anything.
I'm kind of new around here. Is his look like a regular thing we see a lot? Does he have one of those faces?
There is absolutely nothing normal about Karush.
Okay.
I have torn.
He's the freakiest little kid I've ever seen in my life.
I've torn many faces from many bodies. None of them resemble this strange child.
I have to work on your phrasing
Love
sometimes.
the energy, Ed.
That's fantastic. Horribly fantastic.
Right. Well, only ways forward.
Okay. You go
Can
in.
we come in? Can we come in? We won't take up
Come
much room.
with me. Come with me.
No, you didn't. Oh man.
She looks around. She's like, clearly worn out. She's not as impressed with you anymore.
Yeah.
And she heads over to the corner of this other room. There's a dark chamber. No lights in here. And she heads over to the other side. And as she's going, you can tell that she gives off a dim light from all of the glowing things on her body. And as you get a bit closer, you think that they're not necessarily artificial. Some of them might be biological, sort of a bioluminescent agent that's come from somewhere. And you're thinking, where might she have got that from? When she opens a large door into a huge vaulted chamber. This is clearly the city of the fungoids. And as you look to your left, the whole chamber in the ceiling, which is probably about 40 feet up, has got murals and graffiti and artwork of Karush painted across all the walls and all the ceiling in green and pink.
I'm just
So
seeing
bright.
That episode of Alan Partridge where he sees the fan and it's just
Yeah.
all his face everywhere.
Oh. Yeah. And this chamber seems to be some old kind of factory. Huge floor with massive machines, ancient rusted machines sitting dotted throughout the chamber, all covered in green and pink paint with like faces painted on them to make them look like big creatures with like hands drawn around the edges of them and things. And everything to your right is kind of less and less funky. And eventually you see down the far end, it's just like an old giant factory. And to the left, there is this huge psychedelic city and people moving around, all wearing bright green and pink. And it's just, there are no lanterns. The whole place is just so well lit by bioluminescent fungi. And as you kind of step in, you see that there's a wall. You kind of go down some steps into this chamber, and there's a wall that runs along the middle of the chamber, blocking that grey and dreary right-hand side away from the psychedelic, beautiful left-hand side. And she says, come, the Glowmaster must meet you. The Glowmaster must meet you. They're out in the field, man. Are you okay coming into the field?
No, where's the elevator?
Oh, whoa. Serious business, dude. The elevator. She points over this big wall. She says, it's over there. You don't want to go down there. Come, quick, look. And she like grabs Karish's hand. And she's like, come. And she turns to like, you can see there are a throng of people below and they're kind of moving around, doing stuff, building things, repairing things. There seem to be a lot of mushrooms being moved around in wheelbarrows, crates, boxes, some of them green, some of them pink, some of them green and pink, some of them pink and green. And they're all getting moved around, like shuffled around, stacked up. You see people eating them, some people grinding them up, and all kinds of stuff going on. Someone juicing them over to one side, and like handing out mushroom shakes, which is just gross. And that's more like soup, isn't it? And you're being led down these stairs, which themselves are all painted and psychedelic. And you kind of come down into this kind of marketplace, bazaar style area between some of these vast machines that are painted up to look like psychedelic gargantuan creatures. And there's just a throng of people moving around, and slowly some of them sort of turn around and they look up, and on the ceiling there's big pictures of Karush like doing stuff with their hands and like holes, but occasionally there are big black circles of midnight on the ceiling, and and swirls around them and stuff. And you hear people going, the hole maker, the hole maker. And they're kind of leading you forwards. And you kind of get to the middle of their city. It's not really, they call it a city. It's a big, think like something out of Waterworld or The Postman, but psychedelic, you know. And halfway in, to your right, you can see a big gatehouse into the rest of the factory. And ahead of you, you can see that there is no wall to that side of the chamber. There is a huge asteroid interior, which is covered with giant pulsating green and pink mushrooms. And they are kind of slowly swaying as if the flagella on the edge of some sort of creature. And you kind of walk into this area and she points towards that area. And the people who live over there, they're more fungoid than her. Some of them are walking along with big things sprouting up over their back, or their limbs are missing because they've been replaced by some sort of fungal, frondy-like appendage. And they're all kind of...
Harrison stops immediately in his tracks, grabs a hold of Karusha's shoulder so the kid doesn't move any further, and he goes, we're not going any further than this.
You wish me to fetch the Glowmaster then?
That's a fact.
Very well. Very well. She looks at you with sudden contempt, and she moves away. She says, very well, I shall return in a moment with the Glowmaster. And she walks off into the field, and you can see the kind of large mushrooms and things kind of part as she comes closer, and she kind of goes into this area. Could everyone please make an observe roll, or or a medicine roll?
Double Dodeca and a success.
I got 3 successes on my observe.
1 success.
I got 1 success on observe as well.
Okay. You will notice that some of this stuff is on your boots and the bottom of your clothes. Jefflon, you're a bit worried. I mean, you're like quite excited about the idea of all these psychedelic drugs everywhere. But you're not so foolish that you would live inside a chamber made of psychedelic drugs.
Yeah, no, totally.
You kind of tap into it when needed.
I am gonna like mask up with whatever I can. So,
Okay.
And if necessary, be on a bandana.
You'll look over at Jefflon, and he's kind of in a corner. Quick,
Like, I know while you're looking. Turn away.
Harrison would follow suit, and say to everybody, I think we just need to back up to that wall and get over to the gray side of this chamber. I don't think anything good is going to happen from us staying here.
We need to get to that gatehouse, I think.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 1 die against your toughness, everybody's toughness.
Oh.
And if it succeeds, then we'll take a point of vitality off.
Okay.
If you lose all your vitality, then funky things might start to happen. I rolled a 6. Does that beat anyone's toughness?
Not with this lot, no.
No?
We're all tough as nuts.
Okay, fair. In a minute, it'll be 2 dice, so don't worry.
Possibly could have beaten Karush's there.
So, yeah, Harrison's
So
Harrison puts his hand on Karusha's shoulder, turns him around, and we start walking back the way we came. I said, come on, guys, let's get out of here.
But what if this is why my family died?
Karush, if you want to stay, you creepy little bastard, you can stay, but I'm leaving.
Freaky as fuck. Big door.
Yeah, let's get to this door while they're distracted with the Glowmaster and get out of here.
Yep.
Okay. As she's gone off to get the Glowmaster, you guys start moving towards the gatehouse. You can see there is like there are a couple of guys by this gate who are holding guns.
I fear if we do not acquiesce to the wishes of these fungus people, we may draw their rage. It may be wise to visit this Glowmaster before leaving. Otherwise, there may be hostiles.
You make a good point, Ed. Perhaps, but let's make him come to us at the gate, and let's be armed in case we do have to shoot our way out.
agreed, and I reach down and pull off like a bit of metal off the ship and
Spores.
Just strut out of someone's house and
Yeah.
it collapses.
yeah.
Oi, oi!
Harrison pulls his heavy pistol out in his right hand and his vibro blade out in his left hand. He's like,
Nice.
whatever happens, happens.
And as you get there's two guys on guard, but slowly over the next couple of minutes, while you're waiting for the Glowmaster, a few more arrive, and then a few more, until there's probably about 8 of these fungoid dudes who all have some sort of nasty, like there's one guy who's just got very small mushrooms growing all over his face like a beard, and another one who's got something growing out the top of his head. They're all slightly sloppy and horrible.
I'm gonna walk up to Koresh and say, your safety is potentially compromised. I will engage protection protocol, and then I'm gonna pick him up and just hold him under my arm. So that you can't get kidnapped.
Strange protocol.
Rushed or anything like that. And try and like I did with Grimjaw, who was strapped to my back, just sort of put him in like a little papoose, like strap him to my back so he can
A lone wolf and cub on him.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to roll 2 dice against your toughness. Here we go. Oh, I got a 12. So I think you all lose a point of vitality.
No, my
So-
toughness 15.
So for you biological life forms, there's a little for you synthetic life forms, you can feel that damp and mold.
Yeah, it's corroding.
It's corroding you on the edges. But quite soon after you sort of feel this, you see this woman coming back, and shuffling behind her is something that looks hardly human anymore. And looks more mushroom. He's more mushroom than man now. And this creature is kind of moving along, and you can see it's actually got like 2 walking sticks, and kind of a face kind of smushed out of a large mushroom growing with a big mushroom thing over the top. Lots growing up the back. And as it breathes and wheezes, like these mushrooms seem to pulse and breathe as well. Little spores and stuff coming out of this creature's myriad orifices as it approaches you. It seems to still have the remnants of some sort of robe poking out from underneath a lot of these things. And it's psychedelic pink and green, more than all the others.
Holy shit, Taki, look at that guy.
Hello. I have visitors, and I understand you have brought the Hole Maker.
Oh, Maria.
We're just-
And I pull out my Glock. Yeah, she's right here.
Yeah.
Not the mundane holes, old one. The holes through which our vital enemies come. The holes through which we might send them back.
When you say enemies, I'm assuming some sort of fungicide.
The interlopers, they destroy all life. Mycelial, biological, technological. They wish to wipe everything from this universe.
They happen to look like large insects.
That's them.
We killed a whole load of those. You can tag us later. Grimjaw, get this thing.
Listen, we've got no issue with you or your people, but we're going through that gate. So why don't you have them open it and we'll say our goodbyes?
Oh, do not be so hasty to leave the sanctuary of Fungoid City. Here we are safe from the beast.
Let's put it this way. We're leaving now.
I look at it and say, you live in filth and poison. Nothing.
The
is-
one with the mycelial.
I actually have a question about that if you have a moment.
Of course, please stay a while.
So you eat the mushrooms, right?
Yes,
And the mushrooms,
some of them.
but they also grow on you, clearly.
Yes.
Is
it
this
is
like a
quite
form of
lovely-
cannibalism? Is it?
How
like,
dare you
at
say
what
such
point-
things?
At what point does a mushroom become a mushroom and not a man? You know, like where do you draw the line?
When it melts with your flesh, it is no longer food.
What if you lay down and we're still for a while? Would you be a mushroom then?
If you return to the chamber, then you once again begin the cycle.
All right, hang on. I gotta get my notebook out. So
Harrison
We're
is
talking-
already he's nodding at Grimjaw and
We
and
will
210, and
let
he's
you
like, "It's time
through
to
the
go."
gate. We will let you through the gate. We but need. In fact, this is the prophecy. The whole Maker would come and destroy the beast, allowing us to take over the entire chamber, and therefore finally reach the elevator.
What beast do you think of?
There is a great creature dwelling at the far end of this chamber, feeding off those creatures that it can find in the dark, in the tunnels of the Ratkin. We have walled off this end of this vast chamber so it may not find us, may not reach us. It sees our glow from the dark, and ever it tries to break through our walls, but we are strong, and we shore up against it. However, if we are indeed to spread our word to the rest of the Hulk, we need the beast destroyed, and it is said that the whole Maker may achieve this, or those that travel with him, indeed. And he points randomly up, and on the ceiling you can see there's some kind of weird scripture where all the letters look like mushrooms in different shapes, different positions.
Hey, mushroom fun.
It says the holy texts speak of the guides of the whole Maker, and how they will see the downfall of the beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not so
if-
sure.
If you're
Please do,
saying that
John,
all
go
we
ahead.
need to do to get to this elevator is go past this wall and kill some monster, then get out of our way, because I've got a date with vengeance, and that means I got a date with that elevator.
I speak swift of action and vile words and deadly deeds. I see you are the dark avenger of the prophecy. Where is you are the old one. And you you must be the one whose heart has been mended. And the mighty space dwarf.
A very
You are
specific
all-
prophecy.
You may just be making it up on the spot. You never know. These people are fucking crazy. And they're all
How
high
deep
on
do these
mushrooms.
mushrooms go?
All the way. All the way. Very well. I shall let you through the gate, and you may fight the beast. I warn you, though, all those who have tried before have died and fed the creature. However, if you have the whole Maker at your side, I feel you may be victorious. And one weird eye poking out from beside a mushroom, kind of looking around at you like really weirdly all the time, that's speaking. And you can see, you know that mushrooms have those kind of frondy underneaths. There's like a flap of one of those where his mouth is, and it's kind of talking. It's kind of strange and weird.
Harrison is just twitchy. He just wants to shoot this guy so bad.
I was
Okay,
literally just
hold
going
it
to say,
together.
can we
Hold
just
it
crush
together.
him?
Is there
Uh,
anything you
a
desire for your journey? We have food.
It's
We
all
have
right.
weapons. We have armor. We have consumables that may aid you in your journey.
Everything
We
is
have-
tainted with filth.
Can we have your 8 guards to come with us? I mean, if we're gone,
You need not our guards if you travel with the Whole Maker, and you are the guardians of the Whole Maker. You will be victorious.
I know we don't need them, but maybe they will witness our deeds through the sights of an assault rifle.
We need them to protect our wall. Ever.
You don't need them all because we're going, right?
Those
We're the
those
problem.
rat fuckers keep trying to get in as well.
Oh,
More
okay, right, I
haste.
see.
More haste. Let us go and get rid
They
of this
know we
beast.
covered their shit.
Oh, we're gonna
we
buy
spread it
shit.
in the chamber. We spread it in the chamber.
Gentlemen, a huddle. Excuse me, glowing one.
Glow Master.
Glow mass. Glow.
I didn't spend 12 years in the field becoming a mycelial mutant to be called Glow Member.
Master. Go
Sorry.
PhD.
I'm enjoying this character too much. While you huddle, I'm going to roll 3 dice against your toughness.
Oh.
I rolled another
Harrison.
12.
Oh,
Dodeca.
That's it.
Do you
Harrison's
think
like, open the
kill 8
goddamn
guys?
gate. We're either going to die here from this crap that we're breathing, or we're going to fight and kill a monster, or we're going to die. It doesn't matter at this
we need
point.
to
But we need to
move.
move.
So, like, pick a mushroom at my beard and throw it away.
All
Open
right,
the
let's
gate.
go hunting.
Very well. Tries to click his fingers, but rubbing 2 mushrooms together doesn't really click very well. So he taps his stick on the floor. And a couple of these guys start to move things, sliding things apart. They've got that kind of weird piecemeal armor that you see in post-apocalyptic movies, but it's all green and pink. They pull aside these huge bars, and it's quite a big, thick wall. They found loads of trash and metal and stuff and cobbled it all together. Maybe scavenged it from these big machines. They look ancient and just sitting there, as I said, painted up. And the door, the kind of slide open, and there is this huge chamber. A bit like Dwarodelf, that bit in Lord of the Rings, with these huge machines kind of forming like pillars down the chamber. And it's huge and open. That at the other end, there's your path out of here, your way out of here.
Can I just interject for a second, Pete? I've just double checked the GoFundMe campaign.
Okay.
And I find it absolutely one thing, everyone's amazing, you're all fantastic, but I find it really cool that I've just added up how much money we've raised during this stream, and we're at for a mushroom-filled drug stream, we're at 420, which I think is just amazing. So,
wow, fantastic. Fantastic.
That's just the best number to be looking to. Oh, wow. Funny.
So cool. So cool. Thank you, everyone.
That's excellent.
That's amazing. Anyway, sorry. I just
worries.
noticed that. I thought it was awesome.
So you're gonna step out.
Yes, with haste.
Okay. So you get out of the fungoid city, and they slide the things behind you, and hear them all moving stuff back into place. And some people get up onto the ramparts to watch you going. And you start heading out, and the big machines near you have some of this decoration on them and this kind of day glow neon paint graffiti, and they're big snarling creatures painted on them, like weird tubes made to look like necks with heads on the end. What look like kind of mechanical lifting devices have big claws painted on them and all that kind of stuff. So it all looks quite kind of freaky and kind of it's kind of freaking you out slightly as you're going. But you make your way down the corridor, down this huge chamber, and you can all hear at the end of the chamber a large kind of shuffling. And you've seen dotted around here, occasionally there are kind of smaller machines, crap on the floor, areas where one might take cover. And you're sort of looking around, you can see off to the far right dim lights in small cavern-like corridors. You think possibly the way through to the Ratkin chambers that way. Too small a passage for any large beast to get through, perhaps. But you're not sure. You're not sure. And as you get closer and closer, you are very aware that there's something large and dangerous down the end of this corridor.
I would like to frisbee a data device down the corridor just to see.
Ready my weapon.
Okay. Right.
I'll be like,
So,
we'll throw it down just to see if, and everyone be ready to see what's going to happen. Yeah.
well, there's still a few. There's probably 5 or 6 zones in front of you, so you can fling it ahead of you a bit to make a noise if you want. But if you were to get, you can see that there is some large machine at the end, like a big machine. Another one sort of to the left of it and near you. Behind that big machine, you think this noise is coming from. Now, are you guys trying to stealth down this factory? Okay. So what we're going to do
Yeah, we've never stealthed
is
before. Let's stealth.
we're going to have an opposed roll, right? And this question actually came up on the Discord. So what happens when we have an opposed roll with lots of people involved? Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to roll my observe, and you guys will all roll stealth. If any of you get worse than me, I hear you. So you want your worst person to now. I'm going to say, bear with me 1 second.
Oh, shadow, isn't it?
I assume shadow, yeah.
Wait 1 minute. Oh, come on. Can you all see the map that I have created?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will position you all.
Yes.
Oh.
So I can see it on Roll20, not on the stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
I cannot see it on Roll20. But...
It's just below the circle.
Ah, got it. I was just too big. There we go. Shrinking my map.
Okay, so I'm positioning all of your tokens in a place on the right edge of this potential combat zone, perhaps. And imagine that 4 wide zone just carries on back past you, all the way back to Fungoid City. Yeah, so you're in a zone. In fact, you're in a zone that I haven't drawn, but it's not part of the combat zone.
Mm-hmm.
These big X's here and here are huge machines that dominate that zone and make it so you can't really go into those zones. Yeah, and they're big enough, like a house. There's like a house size machine. So some huge old factory machine. These don't have any monsters painted on them. These are just dark and rusting. Any square with a C in has enough crap and detritus that someone in that square that zone can take cover. And the one at the end that's got an E in it is the elevator. And you've been told that down the end there is a corridor to the elevator, but that the beast guards it. Yep.
Cool.
So you are all there. Who wants to? If someone wants to, if all of you are moving onto the zone, then we'll need stealth rolls. But first, I'm going to have to take a quick break, I'm afraid. And I will be back as soon as I can to carry on this final battle of Grimhulk. Hello and welcome back to Dodeca. Sorry for the delay there. Today is Odin's birthday and he decided to be a little bastard. No, so fatherly duties called. Being the father of Odin is a heavy task. Anyway, so we shall on with our story, and our brave adventurers were approaching the end of the road. No, the end of the chamber. And you're about to try and stealth into the combat zone. Now, if you're successful and you beat the creature, it will be surprised. And therefore, we'll go into combat, but its initiative will be a lot lower. Okay. So, all of you make a stealth roll, and unless you're sending in stealth capable people for combat. But
Fail there, boy. Big fat fail.
Remember,
I got
we
3
have a look
successes, but
and
it sounds
take
like that doesn't matter.
vitality. I got 2 successes.
Okay.
No.
So that's 5
No.
between us.
And I think everybody has a reroll. Still.
Everybody has a reroll.
It seems like a good time, right?
Yeah, go on. I'll give it a reroll. Why not?
1 success.
It's a freebie. Thanks, Veronique, for Odin and Necromonkey.
I got a success.
A success. Cool.
A success.
So everyone succeeded.
Everyone got one.
Okay, cool. So everyone got a success. Right, now I'm going to roll the guile and observe of the beast.
The beast.
Go. He's got 12 dice. No, not really.
Has anyone else watched What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
every time you say the beast, I just hear
beast.
Vlad saying it.
Here we go. Right. Oh, that's a storming roll. I got a 9, 11, and a 12. As you all, if you can move yourselves all into one of the first vertical line of zones. You can be in any of those.
I cannot move my.
Oh, hang on.
Have you got the right one? Can you grab the one from up top?
Oh, let me see up here.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Let me give it to you. It should be okay now.
Got it.
Cool. Okay, so our viewers can see our kind of grid, our combat grid, with the big X's for the big machineries. That blocks line of sight. The C in the corner indicates cover capable stuff dotted around. Cool. Okay. Karish is a bit intimidated and going to hang back, terrified by the prospect of a prophecy being fulfilled and what that might mean for why his family was destroyed and why he is here with you. Or not, as it may be. Sorry, Ben. Okay, so as you move forward, you hear a kind of noise, a bit like that, coming from behind the very big machine at the end. You know where it is, but you cannot see it yet. And it's big. And I'm implying that from the size of the token.
Big token.
Yeah. Big token. It's a big, horrible, slavering creature. And it is in that zone. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll initiative. And you never know, Veronique, it might be a giant necromonkey. It's not, but it might. So we're going to roll initiative, and that is 6 minus an observe roll successes or a tactics roll successes.
Yeah, it's the same. Let's see what we get.
Oh, I have tactics.
I got triple nines, which are
Ooh,
all
5
successes.
successes.
2 successes.
Wow.
I would have rather had that on a shot, but I'll take it.
Well, that does mean you start on 1.
That is nice.
I have not made his initiative wheel token larger because that would be a pain when sorting it out. So I got 1 success on mine, so I'm going to be in 5. If we put them on the outer ring. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, I will just forget to do Kurish, and I don't have Kurish's stats. So unfortunately, Kurish is not going to partake in this combat.
It's all good.
Okay, so we are going to, let's get the book out. Now, not everyone's got their books, unfortunately, because they're going out in batches, but I do believe, there you go.
Woo!
It is a real thing. Where's my combat section?
Or the very handy card.
A little combat, yeah, it's a little summary. That's you can fold it in the middle and you have a little screen for rolling a dice behind. That was our stretch goal. That was cool. Okay. So we declare in descending order. So I'm going to declare first. I'm going to move. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna take cover.
No.
So I'm gonna go to 9. So between now and 9, between 5 and 9, I will be in cover. Okay, so oh no, sorry, what am I doing? I don't. Yes, yeah. Okay, cool. Then we have. Oh, I need to see. Grimjaw.
I'm going to move a zone. So that's 4, isn't it?
Mhm.
Oh, with the beast.
Ah, all right. Ed 210. What are you doing? What's your first declaration?
I'm equally going to move. So
Okay.
I'll go 4 to there.
Yep. And Jefflon, what are you up to?
I will answer your question with another question. Do you remember when you were describing this cavern, you said that there was like some painting on a lifting device, like some sort of machinery that lifts things?
Yeah, sort of behind you. Yeah.
Right. Any of those around here? Any machinery that could be turned to our will?
There's the big X's are giant machines.
Right. Okay. So a complex action then, I suppose, to inspect whether or not I could. It would be worth doing something with them. Something,
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to find
Yeah.
yourself a power loader?
Yeah, I'm going alien.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you're going to do that in a minute, and then we go around to Harrison. What are you doing?
Harrison is also going to move a zone.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so we shall start the clock, and we'll move around to the first position, which is 4. So Harrison, complete your move. The battle map.
Okay.
Cool. What's your next action going to be?
And he will move one more zone in his next action.
You'll probably be able to see it from that next zone.
Yep, that's the plan.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll move around to 8 then. And the first person in there is Ed 210. So what are you doing, Ed 210? Can't hear you.
I run forwards and
And
do
what's
the
your
thing that I've been doing for the last few combats.
Well, I think you're all probably going to be doing that in this combat, aren't you?
1, 2, 3. And I shall do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Go to 12. There you
Cool.
go.
Okay. Right. Who's next? Harrison. That early initiative is really beneficial.
So Harrison completes his move. Do I have line of sight on the creature?
So you now have line of sight on this creature. The creature is elemental and unthinking. It appears huge and brutish. It prefers to kill with eldritch power or the prey for food. It fears nothing. And beware its regenerative powers.
Damn,
Oh,
that doesn't sound good.
Supernatural healing. And ahead of you, you can see this huge creature, which looks like some colossal rat creature with shards of metal coming out of it at different points, sort of around its joints, savage looking, huge prongs of steel and wrought iron coming out of it, as if just being near it would cause you combat problems. And growing along its back is like a field of dark red mushrooms spreading down its back and along its tail. And it's shifting around like this, and its head comes up, and it's a titanic head of a huge mother rat lizard. And you can see behind it, coming down from this kind of corner. You see where that ping is happening? There is some sort of chute, a cavern-looking chute high up. You presume that it must be linked back to the Ratkin caverns. And you can see that there's like a spread of blood and sort of bodies and just fleshy detritus down there and sort of pooled around it, and it's kind of
And feeding it.
slithering round in this big nesty mess of blood and bodies and fungus and all kinds of stuff. You see a little bit of honeycomb stuff around there as well, and it looks up at you. Its eyes like in the darkness, and you're like, fuck.
It's like, where's that creepy little kid when I need him?
I really feel like the good people of this space will need to stop feeding things.
Fact. So Harrison sees this, probably pees his pants a little bit, and then is
I'm
going
actually
to. Oh,
I'm
go
actually
ahead.
going to say that the creature is scary as well. So not only
Okay.
does it regenerate, but it's scary. So when you see it, we're going to take a strength 3 peril test. What's your defiance?
My defiance is 6.
6. Oh, here we go. Let's see if you take a point of peril. Oh, yeah, you take a point of peril.
Shocking. So he definitely pees his pants a little bit. He's not going to tell anybody.
little bit, little friendly fire. Cool.
And he realizes that he has to kill, or this thing has to die so he can get his revenge. So he will take a shot with his next action.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then we'll move on to count 9. And we have the beast. So it's finished taking cover. So it was like slathering down in all the kind of juice and grime and mechanical bits of its area. And now it sees you, and it decides that it's going to move. Okay. And you think it's going to move towards you diagonally. Cool. Okay, Grimjaw. You've now moved, so complete your move.
Okay. We'll move to here. And I will declare another move. Just behind the beast again. That's me done.
Okay. So I realized I declared the wrong action for it, but never mind. Okay, so you're gonna move. Excellent. Jefflon, what are you doing next?
Did I discern anything from my big think?
So make a tech roll.
Here. Tech.
I am going to revise my action. Sorry, it's not going to move. It's going to shoot at Harrison. Sorry.
Rude, but okay.
Apologies.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, 1 in the 5.
You can see nestled inside this big factory machine that there's some sort of armored personnel carrier being built inside this huge machine, and you think that looks awesome.
Okay. I'm going to shout, Grimjaw, they're building a robot. We can use the robot. And then I would like to pass the Barracuda bath salts to Harrison as an action. Is that a complex action? A throw?
You will have to throw it to him.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I spent it on Mike. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's another 2, right?
It's coming in handy.
Projectile weapon, so that's 3.
Yeah, that'd be 2.
Oh, no, 2.
2.
Okay. 1,
Yep.
2. Oh, right after Harrison goes. Great.
Okay, so we'll move around 10, 11. So first it's Harrison.
So Harrison opens fire on this thing. Brand new lower observe. 2 successes.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Okay, cool. So it's no longer in cover, so you hit it full on. So you get an extra 1 onto your damage. So what's your strength?
So for the heavy pistol, it's 6. So
7 dice. And you need 11s. It fears nothing.
that sucks. Okay. 1 success.
Ooh. Oh, I've got to mark this off now. What's going on? Here we go.
Almost as if Pete didn't expect us to get this far.
Oh, don't worry. Right. Okay. There we go. Your shot kind of some crud and some scree kind of shatter off of it in like a little puff, which is probably the size of you, but this creature is vast. So it's like
Harrison's like, man, this is gonna hurt.
okay. So who is Harrison? What are you doing next?
I'm trying to. Well, Harrison is bent on vengeance, so he's just going to shoot again.
Okay.
2, 3.
Okie doke.
He
Right.
thought about taking cover, but realized, this is all or nothing here.
Here we go. Jefflon Muskeberg.
1 success in my toss.
Oh, okay. So you throw the Barracuda blood, and Harrison's kind of standing there firing, and then you hear a little ding, ding, ding between your legs, and you look down, and there's the vial.
Drink the bath salts. And then for
What's your
my
next action?
I am going to move diagonally. Hang on. I'm going to move diagonally, but that costs me a 4, isn't it?
Yes.
Whee. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Right, so we will move round to Ed 210. You move, so make your maneuver.
Shazam. And I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again.
Cool. Okay. Right, now it's the beast's turn, and it kind of rears its head up, and you see the mushrooms along its back glow, pulsate like a violent red, and it breathes out like a stream of spores at you, Aaron.
So gross.
Like a breath weapon. Where are we? Where's my dice? Where's my dice? Where's Eldritch power, strength 7, ranged. It's energy. So if you were taking cover, it'd be. And I am rolling. Okay. Okay, I got 1 success. So I hit. Got 7 dice. And what's your toughness?
9.
9. Oh, here we go.
This is gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. So that's 3 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah. As this stream of spores kind of hits you, and some go up your nose and in your eyes, and you're like,
Harrison's looking a little rough at this point. That's okay.
cool.
Vengeance
Okay.
or death.
It's going to do that again to you, Harrison.
It's rude but acceptable.
Jefflon the Generous. I like the way you changed your name on the thing. That's cool. Okay, so we move round to Grimjaw. Grimjaw, what are you up to? While Harrison's taking all the hits, you guys can sneak up on it and batter it to death.
So I've been told about this big armored suit of some kind. Which one is that in? Is
As
that
he points it out, you can see it's like an armored personnel carrier. So it's like a big tank type thing.
Yeah, is that in the one here or over this side?
The furthest one.
This one.
The one
Well,
nearest the monster.
I'll continue here.
Oh, like on the
Um,
back of it, on your side of it, you can see this kind of thing.
Right. I guess, does it look...
Make a tech roll.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want me
I'm going to allow you
complex-
to do it from a. If you get 3 successes on a tech roll, otherwise you'll need a complex interaction to do it properly.
All right, so
Because you're so experienced as a technician.
I'll do a tech roll. So I've got 4 dice and 8 pluses. I'm going to use a luck point to reroll these 3 dice. Got 1 success so far.
Okay.
Oh, 3 successes. 8, 9, 11,
Oh.
and 4.
Excellent. If it had its engine mounted within it, it would probably be useful. However,
Yeah.
if we remember, Jefflon failed his roll.
Yeah.
So he spotted something that looked cool, but it's not useful, unfortunately.
That's
It's-
completely Hellbrand.
Yeah. It's broken. In which case, I will, since I'm going to do that for free, I will just declare to move another zone
Okay.
and then move myself 1, 2, 3, 4 here. You done?
Cool. Okay, cool. So we move round to 2 and Harrison.
Okay. He fires. Not very sure about his life choices at the moment, but he fires.
Is it like dusting of red bacteria on your arms as you raise them up to fire your gun?
2 10s and a 12.
Ooh, nice. 4 successes.
4 successes.
So 3 added on. So strength 9 hit. 11s to hurt it.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, 3 damage. Right. Nice. Yes, that you're, and you're sort of moving around and you're behind some cover and stuff. Not that you're using it effectively, but like firing away.
Harrison realizes at this point that he can't fight this thing at a distance and survive. So his next action is going to be to move.
Oh,
Big energy there, Harrison. It's
like
cheaper,
it.
right? Because he drank the Barracuda blood?
Yeah, it's 3.
No, it's the Barracuda blood is still at my feet. I can't. That's a complex interaction, I'm assuming, to drink it.
That's a pull a switch radio weapon. That's a 2 to pick it
Oh,
up.
okay. Okay. Well, then
Just-
then let me retcon. I will pick that
Oh
up.
no, sorry.
Chug,
Drink
chug,
consumable is a
chug.
3. So I'll let you do
Okay.
it in a 3.
Okay, so I'll drink the consumable.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
If I survive this next hit.
So we go round to Jefflon the Generous.
Yes. A further question. Scanning above the beast. Is there anything like in these factories? There are a lot of things on hoists, right? Anything I could any handy chandeliers?
Yeah, I would say you don't really have line of sight that far away on that zone.
Right. Okay.
You're
Yeah,
going to
totally.
need to
So
get up to where the others are.
I'll just
level.
do my moves then.
Yes,
for
so
this
do your
one.
move.
And from here, can I see? Yeah, nothing. No.
No, that big machine's in the way. There is some
Big-
girders and things, and there's some chains and stuff like that. You know,
Right.
maybe if you went diagonally again either side, you might be able to see if there's something you could shoot down.
Yeah, I'll be moving again. So
Okay. Cool. Right, the beast. The beast looking kind of peering over at you. What is it doing kind of thing? Spits this red.
Damn.
I'm having a lot of fun tonight.
Harrison
Here
just
we go.
sees it coming and he's like, shit.
Yeah. Oh, 1 success. 111. Look at that. That's a hit to Rooney. So here we go. 7 dice.
Man.
2 damage. How's your vitality looking?
3. I've got 3.
Okay. Cool. Right. So the beast is going to take cover because it's getting shot at and it's like wallowing in its shit. So it's going to take cover, which is a 4. Oh, so then we move around to add to 10, charging across the wasteland.
Move to there.
You can move to there. That's where it's been breathing on its red fungus trail.
It's fine. I'm presenting a target between Harrison and the beast to try and buy him some time after I've seen him being sprayed with all this shit everywhere.
Yeah. And what's your next action going to be?
And then I am not sure what I'm going to do.
Now, one thing I should say, and this is a new rule that's going to be coming up in the advanced Dodeca. This creature is so large that when you move into its zone, you are engaged with it.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Then I think. Let me have a think. Can I could. Oh no, I need to move first. Yeah, so I think the only thing I can do then is to move. I was checking whether if I charged, I could attack it next turn, but I
You
think
can do a charge in this situation because it's large.
yeah. Then I will charge it angrily.
Okay, cool. So that's
That is
5, is it? Is that
1,
5?
2, 3, 4. It is indeed. So I go to 9. Wow.
So it's weird when you write a game and then you forget all the rules. You're like, now I've got a rule book. I don't have to remember it all.
I will
It's a bit
try
like a
and,
shopping list, though, isn't it? Second you write it down, gone.
get up in its grill to stop it from basting Harrison.
Cool. And Harrison, you knock back this Barracuda blood. It is vile and disgusting, like kind of tepid, oily liquid that you put. You think it's probably fish oil as well, just to help it go down nicely. Yeah, and but you suddenly feel like an adrenaline surge. So your next 3 actions take 1 less dial on the clock.
Okay, so quick question. Before we came in, I said I had my pistol in one hand and my vibroblade in the other. Does that mean the vibroblade is still, is that considered
It's ready? Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's considered
So
ready.
then Harrison will move.
Okay. Okay, cool. Right. Right, move around to number 5 and Grimjaw.
I will follow the opposite side of Edge 210 from the
I
other
like
side,
it. Pinch them
and I will do a charge action. So
okay, cool.
4, 5.
I hope one of these big machines is a jukebox that starts playing "Don't Stop Me Now" and can
Horns of the
dance around it.
Okay, cool. So next, I like that way you're just pinging yourself there. You're like,
Sorry,
yeah.
I
No, it's like you're going wah, 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 at the back. Like,
getting hype. So
okay,
I've done my moves.
so you've
and-
moved. So you can now see the creature, this huge, horrible rat creature,
yeah.
almost bionic and mushroom infested and swollen and lizard and rat and breathing red, strange, energistic mycelium breath weapon.
Just gonna move back next to is it around any conveniently red barrels or
But there is a yes, Veronique, it is slightly undead. Above its head, you can see there are where that waste chute kind of or food chute is, where they've kind of chucking stuff into it. Above there, clearly building that cavern has created some instability in the structure above. And it's not necessarily like cranes or anything, but you see there's a big panel of the ceiling that is just like hanging loose. And it's pretty big. You know, that's probably 10-foot square.
cool. In my next action will be to do some probing shots at that.
I like it. Cool. Oh, also make an observe roll.
Yep. Seconds.
And Grimjaw, actually, because you're on this side of the...
2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes.
No successes.
No successes.
Nope.
Okay. Jefflon, you notice on the wall here a large logo for a corporation covered in ancient dirt and mud and a bit of mold everywhere. But faintly underneath it, you're like, I recognize that. Why do I recognize that? Oh, hang on. That's my signature. And across the wall in this big kind of hexagonal logo, it has Muskeberg, as you would have written it, intergalactic underneath.
Property, nobody break anything. Amazing. What a twist. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna Glock it the next episode. So
I'm gonna Glock it. Okay, cool.
It's 3, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
3 for a ranged attack.
I would do 3. Bonk.
Cool. Okay, so we're going to move on. And the creature, seeing this, it's going to range attack, but seeing Ed 210 is there, I think it's going to range attack Ed 210 because he's in the way.
Mhm.
It's like going for Harrison, but you stepped in the way. So it's like,
Yeah. Mr.
Sorry, I
President,
just
get
have so much
down.
fun doing that face. Mr. President, get down, was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the way.
Dive in the way of the bullet.
Yeah.
Here we go, Ed 210. This red corruption that's spraying all over you, feel it getting in the nooks and crannies of your armor and
Yeah.
corroding things. Oh, I got a Dodeca. Look at that.
No.
Bosh, that's a hit. Okay, so 7 dice for damage.
Toughness 9.
Four damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, that was a good roll.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It can't be the big final battle without you taking a few dinks in your armor.
I look back at Harrison and start to reevaluate why I like him so much. It's like, ow.
This is not good. Yeah.
Okay, and its next action, it can see you all advancing on it. It's going to go on the defensive, which, if I remember correctly, means you guys all have to get all of its defenses temporarily by 2 to a maximum of 12.
That's
So they're all 12.
Yep. So between now and that point, all of its defenses are 12.
Wonderful.
So you can see it kind of breathing in and the mushrooms glowing and its spikes jutting out and it's kind of getting itself, in a defensive position for all of you. It's snorting and kind of scratching the floor with its feet, tearing up huge chunks of metal. This thing is disgusting and enormous. Oh, sorry. Everybody else needs to have three dice rolled against their defiance, don't they? To gain a point of peril. So I'll just roll that collectively now for everyone apart from
Harrison.
Here we go. I rolled a 2 and 2 1s.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm going to use my re-roll that someone bought me. Yay! Dodeca! I rolled an 11. Booyah.
Yeah.
Everyone take a point of peril. This thing
Peril.
is scary. Cool. Okay. So, Harrison, you are next.
okay. So I moved last time,
Yes, you are moving into that zone.
and I will move again. I cannot afford to charge because my vitality is a little low for that kind of nonsense, but I will move.
Engaged in glorious melee combat.
Okay, cool. So you're going to move in your next turn. So we'll go around to here. I think Ed was first in this one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Ed,
I shall
No,
smack
don't
it on the bonds.
move into the zone first.
I will. Shazaz.
Okay.
There you go. With my charge, I'm going to smack it in the head. So
Cool.
I get 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need a 9. Well, that sucks. I'm going to use my reroll. I don't think I got anything over 4. That's much better. That's 2 12s and a 9. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Cool. So add
Yeah.
3 onto your weapon strength.
Yeah, so 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 dice, and you need 12s.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We're all gonna die.
If I get 11, 12, I'll be very surprised, but very happy. I did not get 11, 12. So that's 2, 3, 1. I got a lot of doubles, but I only got 1, 12.
Okay, well, your doubles count, remember?
So I got, shiz. I got 3 3s.
That's 2 extra.
3 2s. Actually, I got a lot
extra.
of triples. 1, is that a 6 or a 9? Oh, that's another 9. 4 9s and a 12.
Wow.
Wow.
So 3, 2, 2. So that's 7 plus the 1 at the beginning. That's 8 damage.
Yeah, wow.
You absolutely nutted that thing.
Okay. So you tear into this creature and it squeals in terrible pain as you use. It was part of the fungoid town, wasn't it? You pulled out. It's got a little bit of pink and green on the edge of it. And as you plunge that into it, it like this horrible sound comes out of it. And a dusty blood comes out. Like there's a trail of blood, and then there's a bit of red dust that kind of comes with it, puffing out of its engorged body. You don't care, you're a robot. You have no kind of squeamishness or sensibilities. Your programming is slightly worrying if this threat is too high for your combat quotient. But you think with your friends around you, you might survive.
Yeah. It's hostility, resistance is futile. All that kind of thing.
Ed 210 is unstoppable. I don't know what you're talking about.
Will work.
That was awesome. Okay, so
Wow.
Ed 210, I assume your next action is going to be a melee weapon attack.
Vitality 3. Yeah, why not? I'm not going to go defensive. I'm just going to smack it in the head again.
Okay, cool. So move 4 around the clock.
So 4 for an attack. 1, 2, 3. I'm on numero uno.
Uno. Okay, cool. So, Jefflon.
Blockity-doo-da. Not a single success. I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay.
One of those, and then I just reroll everything, right?
Yep. Everything you want to.
Can you use 2 luck points if you have 2?
Yeah, go on. It's the last session. Why not? Normally I wouldn't, but it's a special night.
Single success.
Cool. Okay. So you look up and you're like, and this thing is like, and you can see that there's probably just a few rivets holding it together, and you fire. The bullet hits, and it, for a moment you're like, oh shit, that didn't do anything. And then it like falls downwards. So I really like your idea of using the environment to your advantage. So I'm going to give you add 2 onto your weapon strength, plus, and that's the damage that this thing will do to the creature as it plummets from the sky.
I'm glad it falls straight down and not at a slight angle to hit.
Yeah, no, it's straight down. Straight down.
It's like we both look up like, oh shit.
I don't think I could have rolled worse. There's not a single dodeca and not a single double.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, so you didn't do any damage.
Yeah, it turns out it was plastic.
Oh well.
It's 2D. It was just a picture.
It thuds
Like a
down
cardboard
into the
cutout.
ground. Bong, makes a really loud banging noise, but doesn't damage it, unfortunately.
Oh, misery.
Good idea, though.
Hey, you can't have them all.
Cool. Okay, so next round. Oh, what's your next action going to be?
Scanning the environment.
I like it's now Jefflon and Maria.
I will. Let me see. Probably at this stage just shoot the thing, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Yeah.
That's beast.
Okay.
And I just got a reroll, so might not miss things.
Okay. So, Grimjaw.
We'll be charging the beast.
Yep.
So move here.
Cool.
Is any of its toughness armor at all? Does it count as armor?
No.
No, it's all just flesh.
Yep. It's
No
just
problem.
so fucking tough. Yeah.
Right, so roll for my attack.
Oh, we got a reroll for Josh just then.
Oh.
Should we let Josh reroll that damage roll for his
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
armor plate if he wants to? If you want to, Josh, or you can leave it as it is.
You make a copy.
Let's progress. Let's progress. Let's go with Grimjaw.
So I got 3 successes. I need to get 12s on the damage, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Right, so 3 successes, so 12 strength overall.
Is it 10 normally?
10 normally, yeah.
Okay, yep. 2 extra, yep.
Oh, just roll my dice then. And 12. Okay. So 12.
What do you got?
I just need to roll 2 more dice. Just really
Okay.
only got 10 here. So I'm really rolling a 10 and an 11 to see what I get from here. Neither of those were 10 or 11, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so I got 2 2s, 2 5s, 2 3s, and a 12.
Wow. Okay, so you did 4 points of damage.
Yes, I do 4 points of damage.
Okay. It squeals. Yeah! Again, what weapon are you using? You got your big
my
big
wrench with a
thing
nail
with
at
the
the end,
spike- yeah, big net, yeah,
smashing inside of it.
puncture its body, and it's like quivering sack of flesh, like burps in your direction, with blood and dust, and it's like, oh. You seen that
So
bit in
gross.
Flash Gordon where he falls in that thing in the swamp, and it's like a big, yeah, it's like that kind of fleshy thing, and you're like, ugh.
So disgusting. I love it.
Yep. Absolutely disgusting. And what's your next action going to be, Grimjaw?
It'll be another melee attack. Move to there, number 2. That's
Okay,
me done.
Harrison, do you move into the zone?
So Harrison moves into the zone, and then he is going to swing his vibro blade at this thing. And this will be his last round of his break blood, I believe, or Barracuda blood. So
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so you're into one. We'll just move.
Jeff,
Right.
lucky.
Here we go. So we go around, and it's the beast. So the beast has been on the defensive. Now it's fucking pissed off with all of you people in close quarters with it. And it's like looking around, and this horrible space dwarf with a big spiky thing deserves a good clobber, and it pulls out it like tears its hand out of the kind of nest area that it was in, and its fingers are huge steel prongs, and it like swings at you. But that's its next action, so it's that's what it's trying to do.
Yep.
4. Okay, Jefflon.
Block. Let's go.
Glock! There's not toughness 12 anymore. It's toughness 11 now.
Good. I hit it once.
Hey, that's enough.
So
Roll that damage.
Okay, I got 2 doubles, but no successes.
Did you get an 11? No. Okay.
Wait, I'll use my reroll now.
Yeah, go for it.
I got an 11
And a double.
And a double.
Oh, and a double. Yes.
So 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So, and you see like blood coming off of it. Some of the mushrooms on its back like popping as you blast it. What's your next action going to be, Jefflon?
Is this thing looking unwell?
Yeah. It's like it's now starting to like scream and screech, and there's multiple wounds in its body, and it's like quivering torso.
I hear you, Pete. I'm gonna start throwing things.
Oh dear, it's in
The
serious
cause of your
trouble now.
I feel like the economy is a little bit unstacked when people just start throwing. That's only 2.
Base damage 4.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Ed 210 with his savage bit of metal, swinging
hit
it
it.
around.
I hit it in the face, so I will do on I get 5, so I'll see if this works. No,
Slash roll.
I always get this wrong. That's why I just roll normal dice because
Mhm.
I'm pure illiterate. Shazam! 1, I think,
And
an
double.
11,
And a
yeah?
double.
Oh, so 2.
Yeah, 2 successes. So add 1 to your weapon damage. Weapon strength, I should
2,
say. Sorry,
3,
to
4,
roll
5,
damage.
6, 7, 8, 9. I need 11, right?
Yes, you do.
Oh, so I'll do it on here. Roll 90, 12. Bam. 1,
Ooh.
2,
Got a 12 though.
3. There's 2 7s, 2 3s, and a 12.
And a 12. So 3 damage.
3 damage.
This thing is taking a battering now, and it's like.
If it's still around, we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4.
cool.
So I move to 5.
Harrison.
All right, Harrison swings his vibro blade with his 5 training dice
Cool.
and gets
Nice.
3 12s.
Oh, 5 successes.
Yeah,
Wow.
someone's
Dodeca!
pissed off.
And a 1. So
Okay, so 4 added onto your weapon strength.
and my
Yeah.
weapon is a powerful energy blade. So my base is 10. So 14
Wow.
dice.
Oh,
Yeah, Harrison
11s.
is pissed off.
Yeah. Have you got a
Hold on, let me keep
reroll
track of
by any
this.
chance, Aaron?
I do have reroll. 2 4s.
You got any luck left?
I got 2 luck. That's why I'm keeping track of the dice that are actually.
He's rolling.
useful.
Yeah, he's rolling them. There we go. Okay, tally that up. There we go. Carry the 1.
11, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got 2 4s, 2 12s, and 11, and I'm going to use my luck point to re-roll the other. Let's see, that's 5 dice. The other 9 dice.
Sorry, what did you say? You had 2 4s.
I got 2 4s, 2 12s, and an 11.
Okay, so you got 4 successes so far.
4 successes
Yeah.
on
Okay.
on the 5 dice. So I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll
Yep.
the other 9 dice.
I like it. We're going for a
Yeah.
massive heart plunge here, aren't we? It's got like a cribbage form he's filling in.
Sudoku.
Marking them all off.
Okay.
It's good.
So
It's good.
We ended up with 4 4s, 2 12s, and 3 11s.
Oh, so 5 plus 3, that's 8 damage. Okay,
Yes.
now, should I take a little picture of how many wounds it's got left?
So
8.
Can you see that?
8.
It's an 8.
Yeah. Nice.
Therefore, you plunge your blade into the creature's heart. A shower of horrible gore comes out all over you.
Of course it does.
Mushrooms and guts and all kinds of things. It's what it's been eating and everything. And your arm is buried up to the shoulder in the body, and he's twiddling it around in there. And the creature shudders and falls to the floor. And it is dead. And all of its bodily fluids start to seep out of it around your feet and your boots. The mushrooms on its back wilt immediately and die and shrivel up into little black husks. And congratulations, you have defeated the beast.
Yeah.
Behind
Harrison pulls
it,
his vibro blade out. He's like, we get upstairs and finish this off. I'm never coming down to this shitty level again.
Such vibrant people and wildlife. Why wouldn't you?
and you make your way. Combat's over now. You make your way towards the entrance at the other end. So there's a big corridor behind the beast where it was kind of dwelling, where the ratkin were keeping it sort of in that location. And you can see beyond there is a corridor, it's quite a wide corridor. And along the walls there are doorways, metal doors, and there's metal walls. and the floor has kind of that mold left over from an ancient carpet that's like not there anymore. And you can all now see this big logo on the wall that says Muskeberg Intergalactic. A lot of the doors that you can see in this corridor are charred with some sort of fire. They're burnt out. And as you kind of walk along, you can see that each of them has next to it a little glass crystal panel. Jefflon, to you, this looks like some sort of thumb scanner. But these strange ancient technology guarding the passage into each of these chambers. Although all of them look burnt apart from one. And there's a little light and a little panel at the top of the doorway, and it has the letter G on it. Oh no, it'd probably be one, wouldn't it? Probably be one. And as you approach, you can see that the door doesn't react to you. Nothing happens. It's a big two sort of metal doors that would open up like that. And there's a little panel next to it.
Gentlemen,
Ancestor,
let me ask
this
you
appears to be a shrine to you.
Yes, I think so. I think you're correct. Now, I got one question for you all, and I want you to take this seriously. How do you feel about lounge jazz? And then I'm going to put my thumb.
Yeah. And the door opens, and strange, beautiful music fills the air as the
It's the good stuff.
as the elevator chamber opens. And you're catapulted back millennia to your rides up to the boardroom. And here in front of you is the executive elevator that will used to take you up to the boardroom and what was above, but now it seems it's going to take you up to an even more deadlier layer of the Grimhulk. And the last scene we see of our heroes is them clambering into this elevator. Our bounty hunter warrior, our space dwarf, our robot, our weird kid, and our ancient executive. And the doors close, and you hear a female voice saying, "Going up."
Woo! Yeah.
And that is the end of Grimhulk. Thank you very
Oh, what a
much,
great
players.
time.
That was
Oh,
so
thank
much fun.
Pete.
You
That was
guys
amazing.
really got into it and just like really played your characters so well. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Such a
Yeah.
blast.
Guys. Thank you.
Excellent. So don't forget, everybody, Dodeca, which you can't see, but you can now, is available on Drive-Thru RPG right now. And I think we can put a link in the... Oh, there we go. Thank you, Millie. A link in the chat, and there's a link down below in the video description if you're watching back on YouTube. Twitch people, don't forget to check it out. After 24 hours, it will be on YouTube. Come and give a little like, maybe a comment. This is cool kind of thing. Help us with the algorithm, find other people. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, don't forget we stream live on Twitch, so you can come and join us there as well. Check out all the social medias. As we always say, join us on our Discord. Nearly 550 people now gathering together to talk about role-playing, our shows, other shows, TV, all kinds of stuff. It's an amazing community, and it's just grown into something fantastic. And also check out the Patreon. We've got loads of cool stuff for our patrons, including our new many editions of D&D adventure, which I managed to get edited and up onto the Patreon today. So go and check that out. That's lots of fun. That's a dungeon crawling, and we're going to move through the editions as we gain levels, and we're going to see how each version of D&D is a little bit different. Cool. Also, don't forget the the GoFundMe.
Yeah, that's the one.
We've got a link. Have we got the link in there recently? No, I'll whack it
there
up.
you go. Thank
Oh,
you.
there we go. Okay, cool. So yes, to help raise money for this urgent needed life-saving operation. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
How is it doing?
We started the night on 1400, around 1400, and now it's on 1900.
Oh,
Just because of this stream, which
fantastic.
is
Fantastic.
incredible.
Awesome
Good
people. Thank you
Um,
so much.
So just the Garblad community have absolutely blown me away. Everyone has been so incredible. So thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and when I tell my mum in the morning, she's not going to believe me. It's gonna be great.
Well, if we can help, then that's great. If we can help the community, use the community for a good cause, then that's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
it's
one of the
been
things we're trying to set it all up for. So great. That's
Yeah,
great.
thank you so much.
Awesome. Right. Well, thank you very much, players. I think that's going to be the end of our Grimhulk and our Dodeca for a little while. Although, probably be coming back at some point, and I am doing more stuff on Dodeca on the Discord. So come and join our Discord and find out more about it there. But otherwise, thank you very much to my players. It was a great adventure.
Been awesome.
Thank you, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
And thank you to our audience. And we've been Garblag Games. Stay safe and happy gaming, everybody.